right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into futures trading.
Oh, yeah, futures.
That's a hot topic, lots of buzz, and for good reason. One of the things that's attracting people is that it's very transparent.
Transparency.
You can see exactly what's going on. There's a lot of money changing hands every day. That's the liquidity. And then, of course, there's the potential for some really big price moves, the volatility.
That volatility can be exciting, for sure.
Yeah, it's a very different beast than Forex.
Well, you hear those concerns about market makers in Forex.
Yeah.
You know, messing with spreads and such.
Yeah, exactly. And futures.
Futures trade on regulated exchanges.
They do big ones, too, like the CME, COMEX, the NYMEX, the CBOT.
Proper oversight.
Yeah.
That's crucial for a fair market.
Absolutely. Now, many traders have the skills and strategies. They understand the markets, but they hit this wall.
A wall.
Yeah, capital. They need more of it to really make their trades count.
You can have the best system in the world, but
without enough capital to trade at scale.
the returns can be disappointing, to say the least. And that's where prop firms come in, proprietary trading firms. They step in to provide that crucial financial backing.
They give you a funded account. It lets you put those strategies to work and potentially really scale up your trading.
Without risking your own personal capital, it's like joining a much larger trading operation.
Yeah, like getting to captain a bigger ship. And our deep dive today is focusing on one specific firm.
Just one.
One that's been consistently ranked as a top performer for 2025, GOAT Funded Futures, or GFF for short.
GFS, huh? Okay. So what makes them so special?
That's what we're trying to find out. Why is this source singling them out as the firm to watch in the coming year?
The top choice. That's a bold statement. There must be some serious advantages there.
Right. So first up, something that jumps out is their variety of funding plans. They've got 3.
3. Interesting. Most firms just stick to 1 or 2.
Yeah. And this first one is called the EOD Evaluation Plan.
EOD.
Yeah. End of day. It seems like it's designed for traders who like to make their decisions, based on the whole day's data.
So not someone who's glued to their screens all day.
Yeah, more structured, maybe a swing trader using daily charts.
Makes sense. Could be less stressful, too.
Right. Then they have this static evaluation plan
Static.
for traders who like a more predictable, consistent market.
Ah, so they want to see steady performance, not some crazy, volatile gamble.
Right. And finally, there's the instant funding plan.
Instant. I like the sound of that already.
This one gets you trading live with real money almost immediately.
Wow, that's a big draw for experienced traders who are confident in their strategies.
Definitely cuts out the waiting time.
It makes you wonder how strict their application process is, though, right?
Yeah, good point. But the big takeaway here, looking at the wider picture, is this flexibility.
Flexibility, yeah.
It seems like a lot of other firms have these rigid, one-size-fits-all rules. GFF is letting traders choose the path that suits them.
That's smart. It recognizes that traders have different risk tolerances, different approaches.
Exactly. Now, another crucial thing for any futures trader.
Access to the right markets.
You got it. And it looks like GFF has got all the bases covered. They offer the S&P 500.
Yes. The classic.
Great. Anyone who's trading indices has their eye on the S&P.
It's the benchmark for the U.S. stock market, a snapshot of the entire economy.
They've also got the NASDAQ Q100.
NQ. Volatile, but big potential for profit.
Exactly. The source even points that out.
High risk, high reward. You got to be ready for some quick swings with the NQ.
Definitely. Now, for anyone out there who might be coming from Forex.
The Forex crowd.
Especially if you've traded XAU USD, they offer Gold GC.
So they're directly targeting those traders. Interesting.
Yeah, XAUSD is just the Forex symbol for gold, so they're making that transition easy.
Makes sense. Gold is a classic safe haven asset, popular across all markets.
Then they have crude oil.
CL. Essential for commodities traders.
And the Dow Jones, YM. Especially for those familiar with the US 30, another Forex index.
Crude oil, Dow Jones. They're covering key sectors of the global economy.
They are. And they're even making it easier for Forex traders to understand by referencing those familiar symbols.
Smart move, lowering the barrier to entry.
And finally, rounding out the major offerings, they have the Euro FX6E.
For the currency traders.
So yeah, they really seem to have all the main futures markets covered.
And the source makes a really important point about trading these markets through GFF.
Oh, yeah.
Transparent pricing, no interference from a dealing desk, fair trading conditions.
All thanks to those regulated exchanges.
Exactly. It's a big advantage over some Forex markets where those things can be a bit murky.
Yeah, that dealing desk interference can be a real issue.
Absolutely. You never want the broker taking the other side of your trade and messing with the prices.
Okay, let's talk about something everyone cares about.
Getting paid.
Exactly. And the source really hammers home GFF's instant payout system.
Oh, instant payouts. That's huge.
They're saying you can access your profits on demand. No waiting, no hidden conditions.
That's unusual in the prop firm world. Usually there are more hoops to jump through.
Yeah, lots of firms have those complicated withdrawal processes.
This is a major plus.
Yeah.
Builds trust, gives traders more control over their money.
Couldn't agree more. Now let's dig into risk management.
Always a critical topic.
The source highlights GFF's approach as industry-leading and specifically calls out a few things.
Like what?
They say there are no unnecessary drawdown limits, gives you more flexibility within a reasonable risk framework.
So they're not just shutting down accounts based on small dips.
Exactly. They're looking at the overall picture.
Makes sense. Some strategies might have short-term dips but then bounce back strong.
Right. And they also emphasize that there are no forced stop-loss requirements.
Oh, so you have the autonomy to manage your own positions.
Yep, you're not forced to close out at a specific price.
That's a big deal for traders who have very specific entry and exit points.
Yeah, especially those who use wider stops or hedging.
But of course, that means traders need to be even more disciplined with their own risk management.
Absolutely. And on that note, they also mention flexible leverage and commissions.
Flexible leverage is important.
And transparent pricing.
No hidden fees.
Nope.
That's the way it should be.
Right. It just reinforces that whole idea of fairness and being upfront with traders.
Totally agree. Transparency builds trust, which is essential in this industry.
Now, the source also spends some time talking about the credibility and the backing behind GFF.
Because?
They're not just some fly-by-night operation. They're backed by an established tech company.
Okay. So they have some solid infrastructure behind them.
Yeah, a company that has a history of working with over 40 other prop firms.
Wow, that's a lot of experience in the industry.
And their in-house technology and analytics tools seem to be top-notch.
That's a good sign. Shows they're serious about providing traders with the right tools.
They even share some pretty impressive numbers.
Oh, like what?
Over 25,000 traders funded. More than $7 million in payouts.
Those are some serious figures.
And they sponsor big events like the Dubai Forex Expo.
That's smart marketing. Shows they're a major player in the industry.
They also highlight the benefit of joining their exclusive and fast-growing community.
Ah, the community aspect. That could be really valuable.
Especially for newer traders who are looking for support and connections.
It's like having a network of mentors and peers, all striving for the same goal.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, this sounds great, how do I get started?
Yeah, what's the process?
The source outlines a pretty simple four-step process. First, you pick your funding plan. EOD, static, or instant.
So right off the bat, you're choosing the path that fits your style.
Step 2 is passing the evaluation.
The proving ground.
Right. Show them you can make consistent profits and manage risk effectively.
Standard stuff in the prop firm world. They need to make sure you can handle the capital.
Then, once you've passed, you get access to live trading capital.
The big leagues.
Time to scale up. And finally, step 4, you can withdraw your profits on demand.
That instant payout. A nice cherry on top.
So yeah, it's becoming pretty clear why this source is highlighting GOAT-funded futures as a top choice for 2025. Those flexible funding options, the instant payouts, their approach to risk management, and access to those essential markets.
It's a compelling package. They've really thought about the trader's experience.
And it makes you think, right? For skilled traders who might feel limited by their capital or maybe a little hesitant about less regulated markets,
Could prop firms like GFF be the answer?
could they be the key to really taking their trading to a professional level? It's something to consider as you're planning out your own trading journey. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
You bet. It's been an interesting one.
It has. Until next time.